Now, listen, you guys, one thing about it is time will always tell, and the truth will always come to light. Because in 2025, the Transformer is out there, out of her own mouth, admitting that, well, in fact, this entire time, the whole girls situation was nothing but a facade. Now, we're also going to be discussing about Lil Kim and the Nicki Minaj situation. Shout out to all of you who were sending me, this tea. And for those of you that kept on checking on me, I do not take that for granted. We're going to talk about Caresha and Nicki Minaj, the Versas, and the Nicki Minaj Pink Friday 2 tour, as well as the beef with Caresha. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tea Blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys, I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, like you heard, today's category is girls. Now, a couple of years ago, a lot of female rappers came together talking about female rap unity, talking about girl empowerment, talking about now we want female rappers to be girls. They came together holding a funeral for another woman's career, the irony of it all. But of course, the internet decided to pay dust because the woman in question that they were holding the funeral for, they were tired of seeing her winning, and they don't like to see a confident black queen, because it's always, why not me? So for that reason, people paid the irony of that entire situation dust, and people forced themselves to believe that, well, these female rappers really do like each other and they are girls on quotes. And the usage of girls in quotes really did, gain its popularity with the Transformer and Bongo 2, because people were saying that, well, these are sisters, especially after they did WAP. They acted like they were best friends and all of these things. And later on, the likes of Cousin Sloth, the likes of Lottery Ticket, and anybody who was subpar hid behind the girl concept to be accepted and welcomed in a genre that they were not talented enough for. Fast forward in 2025, rumors are circulating that, well, in fact, the girls actually fell out. And, the Transformer allegedly liked a very interesting post about Tory Lanez that was shading, the supposed sister, Megan. I'm talking about Bongo 2. And of course, after that, people started, going with the narrative that maybe something transpired between the two. And Nicki also did review that, well, in fact, Bongo 2 used to call the Transformer the dirty Mexican, okay? And I guess that also added to the fire. And the fact that the Transformers writer, Pattison Fontaine, is ops with Bongo 2 and we're dissing each other, but the Transformer still says that, well, she's cool with that. And also the fact that one of the Transformers' bestie has got free Tory Lanez in her bio. So, of course, that entire relationship is messy. But like I said on this channel, I never did expect these women to come out in the open and go against each other, because that would go against the female rap unity narrative that they used to get people's support and sympathy, painting Nicki as the problem and the villain. To my surprise, in 2025, we are all witnessing the Transformer coming on Twitter Spaces, admitting that she, in fact, is not a girl's girl, and that she hates all women, actually, all type of women, females. She doesn't like them. Now, am I surprised? Absolutely not. The traits were always there. And the reason why, by the way, she is supposedly on this rant is because a certain woman was talking about her BBL, her Coachella BBL on TikTok, and so she took this time to address that she's not a girl. Now, do I think that this is solely because of that TikTok person? I find that questionable. If anything, knowing the Transformer and how she seems to be scared to address Megan directly, I feel like this was basically offing two birds with one stone, in my own opinion, because, how many people have criticized her for a BBL, and all of a sudden she's coming out today with this rant? What's going on? It's either she is using this opportunity to indirectly also come for Bongo 2, because, well, you guys do know that Bongo 2 was throwing shots her way. And she's also using this time to deflect, because yesterday it was circulating on the blogs that she's already getting cheated on by Stefan. And in that space, if you pay attention, she does go on to say that, well, I'm loved by my ninja. My ninja loves me down. It's always the women that have something to say. And the reason why she says she doesn't like women is interesting to me, because wasn't she the same woman who was on Twitter last year talking about Nicki Minaj has got large arms, calling her arms? So I get confused when she cries foul when things like this happen to her, because you literally did the same thing right now. So are you a bird? Because she's out there saying that good looking women don't say that, but it's women that don't look good. So the same logic could be used, about you when it comes to Nicki Minaj, because we all know that you do not hold a candle, to Nicki when it comes to the looks. So could Nicki also come out here and say that, well, it's always those women with botched BBLs, overdone BBLs, that do have something to say? Can we use the same logic? Sometimes I really think that this lady just does and says anything. And I also don't know if she does forget that the reason why people were seemingly rooting for her is they were painting her to be this relatable person that loves women. So what's going on in 2025? But knowing Shea Butter, they're always going to pay this dust. I mean, I did see some people praising her, saying that she's not lying. She's not lying. And I'm like, what changed? So she can come out here and say that she dislikes all these bees, but if another person says these bees are my sons, that's where we draw the line. Are you serious right now? But anyway, you guys, I will insert what she had to say, but I personally find it interesting that finally she's free enough to be herself. And the fact that people will applaud her and yet crucified another woman for saying even less is appalling to me. And I do believe that also with time she began to realize how dirty the music industry is. And if indeed they are not in a good place for Bongo 2, with Bongo 2, I guess she wasn't expecting her to throw shots at her like that, to have the internet in shambles like that. So she's kind of shocked. But this is the reality of the industry. Now you understand when people have been in the industry longer than you act a certain way. But anyway, moving on to the next Ghost Girl, you guys, we're going to talk about Lil Kim, okay? So Lil Kim is one of the women, that we're out there talking about. We can coexist, we can survive together. Oh my God, this one is topping my bag and this and that. So, her little boy toy is out there talking. And personally, when I look at her and that boy toy, I can see that you're not a Ghost Girl. Because if you were a Ghost Girl, you would feel bad for that boy's mother. For laying down with their offspring that appears to be slow. What are you doing, Kim? Allegedly, of course. So this boy allegedly had a deal with Lil Kim, signed to Lil Kim. That in itself is very questionable. That makes me question who this boy is as a person and whether everything is okay upstairs. Because what do you mean you signed to Lil Kim? I'm sorry, I might have said Lil Kim. I mean Lil Wayne. I mean Lil Kim, you guys. So what might have made you sign to that woman? She can barely even get a booking herself. So what? But anyway, according to the boy toy, when they fell out, Lil Kim was out there removing this boy's music from the platforms, and he is not having it. And the reason is that, well, allegedly he cheated on Lil Kim and he had a baby. That's allegedly the reason for the fallout. And personally, if I was Kim, I think I would have done worse than just remove your music from all platforms. Because what do you mean you had a baby on me? But then again, I don't think I would date anyone a quarter of my age. That's just insane. But anyway, that being said, when this boy toy was now crashing out, oh my God, did he not sing? The man sang like the female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, I just made that up. I actually think that one is silent. I don't think that's the one that makes noise. But anyway, the boy was singing and he sang about a lot of things. He sang about Nicki Minaj and the versus battle. You guys do know that there were talks of Nicki and Kim, getting into the versus battle during the panorama, when the versus was a thing. And Kim herself said that she would want to do a battle with Nicki Minaj. And of course, the battle did not come to light, but Nicki did reveal that, well, there were people that had approached her, for that battle. And of course, fans were like, oh, well, what happened? Did Nicki not agree? Only to find out that actually the person who ended up not agreeing to the deal is none other than Lil Kim, because according to this man, he is alleging that they wanted to pay Nicki Minaj more than they would pay her. How she found out that information, I absolutely have no idea, because contracts are they not supposed to be confidential? So how did she get to find out what Nicki Minaj was going to get paid? Unless if she went there with the demands that you're going to pay me the same as Nicki, you're going to pay me the same as Nicki. That's just being crazy. in my own opinion. Not only is it unrealistic, but it's very petty. It's screaming jealousy. It's screaming, I'm not a ghost girl. Because why are you bothered about another woman's, contract and not your own contract? Mind your own contract. And I know this type of a woman. This type of a woman will be happy if they get, for example, $2 until they find out that another woman is getting $20. That's when they will start crying. But the 2 was enough for them to begin with. Now, if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. Because if you do not know your own worth, if you want to measure your own worth by another woman, that's crazy. Okay? I wouldn't have a problem if she had negotiated, in a crazy amount of money that was not attached to Nicki. Like, what are you doing? Why are you using this woman as a standard? It's insane in my own opinion. And these are the people that they try to paint to you as the ghost girl. If Obsession was a person, it is absolutely Lil Kim. Now, that being said, let us talk about the delusion of it all. Like, why would Lil Kim think that in the 2020s, she will get paid the same amount of money as Nicki Minaj? Relevancy. Or is that not a thing when negotiating a contract? Hit records. Is that not a thing when negotiating a contract? It seems like she still has not accepted that, well, regardless of the edge train that they try to have, this woman reigns supreme, and this woman has made more impact than all of them combined. It seems like she still has not accepted that, and it's not a good look, Kim. It's not a good thing. Bitterness will take you to your grave. Let it go. We get it. Maybe you thought it was going to end differently, but it's not so. She's always going to get paid, offered more than you. Make peace with it. And to see that this was the same woman was giving you your flowers, but you decided to be petty, well, it is what it is. But anyway, I will insert what this boy had to say, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
Why she don't want to do a versus with Nicki and Fox? You know why she ain't want to do a versus with Nicki and Fox? Because they were trying to pay Nicki more than they was trying to pay Kim. Honestly. But that's the reason, though. That's the reason. Because they was trying to pay Nicki more than Kim. Whole shit was set up. Shorty was supposed to go do Nicki's show at the Barclays. She didn't want to do the show at the Barclays because Nicki didn't want to pay her.
Well, there you heard that. As if that's not enough, you guys remember during the Pink Friday 2 tour when Deb was trying to talk to Nicki Minaj to have Lil Kim and Foxy come out and sort of mend their issues. And Nicki tweeted something about, that entire situation and was like, listen, I'm not having it. It was your idea. It's not my idea. Don't try and ambush me on my own tour. It seems like Lil Kim actually refused also to go to Nicki's gag city because she wanted to be paid by Nicki. I guess she really did believe that Nicki was inviting her to gag city. She really did believe that. She believed Deb and the delusion of her thinking that Nicki is going to put money in her pocket when you guys held a funeral for me. What are you saying? Are you mad? Oh my God, this is certainly interesting tea. So let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about this entire situation. Now, still on the same ghost girl, it seems like, well, after all, she is still calling Foxy Brown Doo Brown. And because this boy toy also revealed that, well, he didn't even know who Foxy Brown was until he got with Lil Kim. And Lil Kim was referring to Foxy as Doo Brown. And this boy said that, well, I'm young. I didn't even know who she was. So I thought that, well, Doo was actually her name. And I was like, what the F? Are you dumb? But then the age gap, it makes sense. Is he a teenager? Anyway, the boy toy went on to reveal that actually Young Miami and Lil Kim do not see eye to eye. And I'm just looking and I'm like, female rap unity, female rap. I love it when, people show each other their true colors in the absence of the person they like to label the problem. And I will tell you that the best way to deal with people that want to paint you the villain is to remove yourself. You will see that even after you remove yourself, they will still be bickering with each other. And when you remove yourself, they're left with no option but face each other for who they truly are. Now they've got no one to blame for any of their falling out, any of their flopping and stuff like that. And so I applaud Nicki's boldness to be not afraid to walk by herself in as far as female rap cliques are concerned. She did a very good thing for herself, because now what's going on? She's not in the picture. They're throwing shots at each other. They don't like each other. Caresha is fighting with Lil Kim, and it has nothing to do with Nicki Minaj. So how are you going to include her in this beef again? What did she do this time? I love this season. I love this expose of girls that are only girls when it's time to paint another woman bitter, insecure, and all of these things. But anyway, you guys, thank you very much for watching. It was a good time today. It was lovely catching up with you. I will be coming with some more videos, and I think I will be mixing up the old tea and the new tea as well, because there's a lot of things that you guys have been sending me whilst I was away, and some of them are too juicy for me to just let go. We need to talk about these things, okay? So let me know in the comment section, would you prefer that I mix the old tea with the new tea, or I push out the old tea first and then I come with the recent tea later? What do you guys think about that? I love you so much. Thank you for sticking around even when I wasn't around. I love you, and until my next one, see you.
I need to talk about something. I'm gonna keep it really little because this nigga right here don't know the other side of me. He don't know the other side of me, so I don't want him thinking that I'm crazy. But anyways, you know what? It's been a couple of weeks and I haven't addressed nothing because it's like, when you got a gorgeous nigga fucking you and loving you from head to toe, it's like I don't really give a fuck what anybody say when you got a real fine nigga that loves you from head to toe. It's like whatever. Gorgeous nigga too. However, I got the devil. I got the devil always in my left shoulder. I got an angel on my right and the devil on my left. I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see this weak ass because it's always them. It's always a weak ass. I had to put it on my story because enough is enough. Talking about Cardi body, Cardi body, Cardi body, Cardi body. Talking about did I got another BBL or what the this and that. First of all, I want to make it very clear. I got a big ass scar on the top of my butt. I know y'all seen it. And I got a big ass scar in the bottom of my butt. I've been very, very, very clear that I have taken out my ass shots. I got ass shots when I was 20 years old. And I've been very clear how I took that ass shots out. Some of them, because you can take off all of them. And the last time that I did that was on January 2024. Right after I did the video to like what? Fast forward, right? Fast forward. I'm back in the scene again. My ass is back big again, and my hips are big again. And I don't think bitches really understand because I think it's because I'm so open with my body. I don't think bitches really understand that I gained while I was pregnant. I gained 25 pounds. Now I didn't give birth a year ago. I didn't give birth 2 years ago. I gave birth 7 months ago. To this day, I still get irregular periods because I just gave birth in my 30s. So sometimes I get really bloated. Sometimes my stomach look really flat. Sometimes my thighs look thick. Sometimes I lose weight and I lose all my thighs. Like my body is it gets its ups and it gets its downs. Sometimes I look snatched. Sometimes I look like I'm pregnant again. And it's always you stupid, weak ass bitch. It's never the bad bitch. It's never the bad bitch. You know what it is? It's never the bad. The cunt trans with it. The cunt trans always with it. The bad bitch with it. The money fucks with it. It's always you bad bill, angry, jealous bitch. And it's always you funky, ugly country queens that don't got no style. Cause the that get it. But the poor ones always talking shit. Always you feel bunches and you bum ass niggas. And one thing about it, I learned how to cuss very young and early. I could look at you up and down and I could flame you all day. So don't let me get on that timing. Cause I will spend the whole day flaming you this and humbling y'all. Y'all always want to fake humble, always want to criticize a bitch down. And it's that I've been keeping it quiet. Don't wake up the demon. Cause I'm sick of it. And no, I have not gotten on the table. No, I haven't gotten ass shots. No, I don't want my butt being bigger. But you know what I'm not gonna do? Like in January, I did a 6-hour surgery removing ass shots. I'm not getting on the table again. I told my thing, I don't have time to get on the table. I don't have time for a month recovery. I don't got a month to be in Colombia. I don't got a month to be in the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna put this album out. I gotta get ready for tour. I'm dating somebody new. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't got time for that. But the fact that you always, always, who? Oh, I don't want this. I'm crazy. The fact that you always criticize for to get on the surgery, it doesn't make no sense. And to be honest with you, I don't have to be open about my surgeries. I do it to help you, biz. And y'all so ungrateful that y'all criticize it. I have even told y'all biz where the surgeries be cheaper at. But do y'all think? Do y'all appreciate it? No. Y'all go criticize it. And I'm really sick of it. Man, shut the fuck. And you know why I went off today? Because enough is enough. Because I'm so tired of this is why a lot of people like to say that I'm a girl's girl. I am not a fucking girls. I actually hate bitches, women, females, girls, whatever the fuck. I hate y'all bitches. You wanna know why? Because y'all the first ones to always talk about other women. Always, y'all the first one. Get you up and down and they won't say much. You have one toenail, and you bitches just, yeah, she's pretty, but she got a toenail. Yeah, she's pretty, but she this and that. Y'all always talking shit. That's why I don't like y'all all the time. When I'm scrolling on TikTok and it's like, damn, it's been 2 weeks and you still talking about my body and you look like that. It's just like, all right, enough is enough. Cause it's like I want to see how you look like after your fucking third baby. Cause this is my fucking third baby in my 30s. I want to see how you look like. I want to see how your mother look like after she gave birth to your ugly ass. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. I'm on. Somebody say I'm spiraling. No, I'm not spiraling. I talk with my friends. When me and my friends talking shit about this, how we talk. This how we talk, bitch. Now I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all. I'd rather talk to y'all than make a whole video flaming up and down because I really want to flame a lot of you bitches. A lot of you bitches and a lot of bad shaped butch queens. Shaped bad with bad hair dyes. Always want to talk about a bitch. And then they always want you to have grace on them. Y'all don't be having grace on me. Y'all don't be having grace on me, bitch. The fuck?